Oh, cool. All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Matt Pless. I'm from Baltimore. I'm on tour, and somehow I ended up here. Anyway, this song is about, it might make sense to some of you, and if it doesn't, it might not make sense to others. This is called My Idea of Heaven. It's for everybody who likes bacon, or milkshakes, or God, or vegans. If I were a god, I'd make a lot of milkshakes, pour them down on people, watch them all go crazy. If I were a god, I'd fry a lot of bacon, put it in the milkshakes, my idea of heaven. Bacon in a milkshake, my idea of heaven. If I were a genius, I could make you love me, but I'm not a genius, cause nobody loves me. If I were a genius, I could write equations, I could pass the math test, but I'd never solve them. I could spell the math test, but I'd never solve them. If I crack a bottle, I could swallow vodka, walking into brick walls, acting like my father. If I crack a bottle, I could swim in whiskey. I'd forget my lover, cause she doesn't miss me. I'd forget my lover, cause he doesn't miss me. If I were a record, I'd be getting dizzy, spinning around in circles and sticking needles in me. If I were a record, I'd be wearing vinyl, dressing like a rock star, going out of style, dressing like a rock star, going out of style. If I were a cell phone, I'd call in a bomb threat, almost got arrested, but I shot the sheriff. If I were a cell phone, we could learn our lesson. I would leave a voicemail if you text a message. I would call a voicemail if you mail a message. If I were a god, I'd fry a lot of bacon, put it in the milkshakes, my idea of heaven. If I were a god, I'd find it quite perplexing, balancing the bacon, trying to please the vegans, bringing home the bacon, but I love the vegans. Did you get it? If you get it, let me know what it means. This song is called, I want to congratulate everybody for making it through the End of the World Part 1 and 2. And hopefully there's not a Part 3, because the sequels just keep getting worse. And this is about the end of the world. I wrote it 5 years ago, but it just keeps getting more relevant, which kind of sucks. But it's happy. It's called Nero. It goes like this. In the dawn of desperation, when the peasants are beheading every emperor with a golden crown, first they'll stand with one another, then they'll turn against each other under thunder on a battleground. With their torches, tar, and feathers, off to round up all the witches on a rail to run them out of town. In a kingdom that's collapsing, I'm relaxing on the ashes, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can dance around the fire with the hand that holds the power, or go cower with the gagged and bound. While the vultures count the profits and the hawks are launching rockets in a garden growing mushroom clouds. You can storm the ivory towers, but the knight in shining armor's days are numbered on the body count. So I'm laughing up at heaven in the arms of Armageddon, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. Where the tricksters and the grifters and the rich carnival barkers sell their sulfur to a spellbound crowd, buying tickets to the promise of a better world to come, and left with nothing when their hope runs out. There's a lifeboat overflowing on a rising violent ocean in the darkness where the sailors drown. But I'm smiling on an island by the tidal wave horizon, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. If you're screaming in defiance, are you David or Goliath when the riot rages all around? Call it vengeance, call it justice, call it progress, call it selfish. Either way, I'm gonna have my doubts. Maybe I'm just causing problems, thinking I know how to solve them, so for once I'm gonna shut my mouth. waiting silent in the shadows like a devil at the crossroads, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. While the charlatans are shouting propaganda on the mountain, truth is spoken to an empty house. If you ask for my opinion, are you trying to make a difference or find something to complain about? When indulgence and consumption leave a landscape of destruction where it's far too late to turn back now, I'll be moving on my own way down the existential highway, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. You can find me playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down, playing fiddle, watching Rome burn down. Thanks, everybody. Thanks a lot. This is a nihilistic lullaby on my Tumbleweed album, which is over at that. I'm not gonna say much about merch because I'm not a great hustler or whatever. But there is merch of mine at that table next to Will's. So check all that out. I have vinyls and T-shirts and CDs and patches and a bunch of punk rock shit. And if you like that stuff, it's there. This is called Ashtray. You know this song? Wow, you're cooler than everybody in here. I'm just kidding. Okay. Someone asked me if I found God. Yes, I think we've met a couple times. But I'm not sure if it was him, 'cause I can't look her in the eye. And all I heard were warnings from my conscience in the guilty night that said, I'll see you on the day you die. I'll see you on the day you die. I'll see you on the day you die. No, I've never been to heaven, but they say my head is in the clouds, 'cause I just sit here by myself and hope I stand out in the crowd. I tried to make my father proud, found out that I don't know how. Tomorrow there is only here and now. Yeah, there's only here and now. Yeah, there's only here and now. And I hate to say it, but I've heard it all before. There's a war outside my window, revolution at my door. Keep your corporate counterculture that I'm trying to ignore, because I don't believe in nothing anymore. All these teachers preaching right from wrong can't help the weak against the strong or save you from an end that comes for you and I and everyone. So I'll just write another song for all the world to sing along, 'cause after all, someday we'll all be gone. Yeah, someday we'll all be gone. Yeah, someday we'll all be gone. And now I've washed my hands of everything, the fairy tales and fantasy. Apparently, reality has finally got the best of me. And all those drugs I did in vain, they ease the pain and numb to my brain. But life is just a high you can't sustain. Life's a high you can't sustain. Life's a high you can't sustain. And I hate to say it, but I've heard it all before. There's a devil in the details and salvation with the Lord. No, I'm not one for compliance, and defiance left me bored. I guess I don't believe in nothing anymore. I've seen the writing on the wall, the darkness in the crystal ball, a house of cards about to fall, and a peace of mind I can't recall. But man, the worst thing that I saw was clearly the reflection of a boy who said, I think I've seen it all. Yeah, I think I've seen it all. Yeah, I think I've seen it all. And I hate to say it, but I've heard it all before. After all these years, those chandeliers have crashed upon the floor. And there ain't no way of knowing what the future has in store. So I don't believe in nothing. No, I don't believe in nothing. No, I don't believe in nothing anymore. Thank you. So this next song is a song about every train hopper girl I ever fell in love with, all Frankensteined into one beautiful human that doesn't exist. This song is called Ivy Juniper. And if you see her, tell her she owes me $20. on a runaway boxcar train, crowned with a halo of daisy chains, secondhand holes in her denim jeans, queen with a lucky ace up her sleeve. Have you heard about that girl with the bandit boots and the cowboy smile? Call her Ivy Juniper, she's a highway child, pretty misty eyes, rugged and rough with a diamond shine, sweet and sassy like moonlight wine. They call her Ivy Juniper, the rambling love of mine. Off like the derelict wind she goes, rocks like a ramshackle rodeo, lips like the kiss from a honeycomb, bag full of tricks and a heart of gold. Never met a girl like her, she's a coin flip mixed with a cyclone spin. Little Ivy Juniper, with her pockets filled with the perfect crime, one of a kind on a cloud 9 high, laughter painting the countryside. She's little Ivy Juniper, the rambling love of mine. Can't forget about that girl with her soul exploding like sundown fire. Wild Ivy Juniper, she's a pistol living a slingshot life, free as a bird in the western sky, passing by like an exit sign. She's Wild Ivy Juniper, the rambling love of mine, the rambling love of mine. So this song is for anybody who wants to quit smoking. Does anyone want to quit smoking? Coolest person in the crowd. Well, here's my suggestion. You should all start smoking so this song has some relevance to your life in 5 years. So start smoking, buy my album, and then quit. Of course, do what you want. Just don't hurt anybody if you do what you want. What's up? Sure. Whatever. This is called the Cigarette Song. It's kind of funny. Maybe you won't start because of it. Maybe you'll quit because of it. But either way, here it is. Smoked a lot of cigarettes, filled my lungs up with regret, but I got a second chance. I put down those cancer sticks, never should have picked them up, but they say what's done is done, and I'm done with slavery, feeling better every day. I said I'd quit a time or two before, then I'd always bum another from a friend, because moderation meant just one more, so I hope I never smoke one again. No more holding hands with death, had to stop and catch my breath. No more coughing in the cold, stranded on Tobacco Road. Used to smoke them in the car when my favorite song came on, with a coffee or a beer after nearly every meal. Feeling like a hypocrite and making corporations rich. In exchange, they make me sick. Either way you pay for it, they sell them to you overpriced. Medical bills start to rise. Life's a drag, but surely I can find a cheaper way to die. And I remember fits of nicotine, wishing every cigarette would never end. But it seems like lately I need room to breathe, so I hope I never smoke one again. But when it comes down to it, some folks just don't want to quit, and that's their prerogative, 'cause I can't tell you how to live. But I hope that you survive. Hope I bought myself some time. Hope we make it out alive, or at least till 95. I'm through with throwing half a pack away, then the next day digging through the garbage can. Because I'm an addict, what else can I say? But I hope I never smoke one. I hope I never smoke one. I hope I never smoke one again. Thanks. And yeah, this place is really cool. Let's give a big hell yeah for letting us play in this cool church. Hell yeah for the heaven box. I have to remember that one. That was good. Anyway, this song's got nothing to do with heaven. It's sort of got something to do with the box. This is called the Crayon Song, but it's not about crayons that you're thinking of. It's kind of sad. Anyway, it goes like this. It can go better than that. It can go better than that, too. I should hope so. It's been like 15 years. It's 3 a.m. and the conversation's spent. She's waiting on the bedside, wrapped within the static wind, and she's got powders and pills, chasing thrills through dollar bills, tracing lines off her reflection with her senses so distilled as she drifts on through this dream. She can share her medication, but she can't outrun the rain when clearly here she stands with candy in her hands. She offers up the pixie dust and separates the sand, and I'll say it's all right, no need to ask me twice. She spins the ring so she can sing the Crayon Song tonight. She's gonna sing the Crayon Song tonight. When she calls, you can find her in the hall, where she's scribbling a picture she hangs crooked on the wall. She's framing false alarms until her chambermaids have gone. Then she'll sleep beside the music box whose tune keeps playing on. Her behavior seems insane, 'cause we both know you might overdose from trying to kill the pain. But lately, here we stand with candy in our hands. Let's mix us up some pixie dust and sprinkle on the sand. We'll just say it's all right till once turns into twice. Let's spin the ring so we can sing the Crayon Song tonight. We're gonna sing the Crayon Song tonight. I'm off to wander with my lover in her bag of pretty colors. Off to wander with my lover in her bag of pretty colors. Fan the flame and erase another day. She'll be running all the red lights till the candles melt away along this empty road where the flowers never grow, casting shadows drenched in sorrow from a life she'll spend alone until the sunshine sets her free. It appears that you've been down so long, it looks like up to me. But sadly, here I stand with candy in my hands. I'm mixed up with a pixie dust and sinking in the sand. And something's not quite right. Sometimes you should think twice. I spun the rings and now I'll sing the Crayon Song all night. We're gonna sing the Crayon Song tonight. I'm off to wander with my lover in her bag of pretty colors. Off to wander with my lover in her bag of pretty colors. Thank you. Thanks. So I'm a little ahead of my time. Let's give it up for Will Wood. I first heard of him like a year ago when quarantine was going on because her album came out on the same label. Well, mine's coming out on the same label that his last one came out on. So like, I was like, cool. So finally I get to do a show with him and see him play. I'm really pumped for this because I dig it. So hell yeah. I know you're all here to see him. Anyway, so what should I do now? Okay, I'll do this one now. This is upbeat and happy, right? Gotta bring it back. This is a song about cleaning up your act from things like drugs, if you're trying to do that. It's, of course I grabbed the wrong harmonica, so it might take a second. Hang on, I swear I haven't. Oh, I know what happened. My apologies. Very professional. There we go. Okay. This is why I need a road. All right. And I almost derailed, but luckily I spent years hopping trains so I can get back on real quick. That's a lie. I'm not going to... This is called Love and Drugs, two things that can be terrible for you and very similar if you get involved in the wrong kinds of either one. I ruined my mind and wasted all of my time on love and drugs, I wish I had back all the mountains of cash that I spent on love and drugs. They're always around when the going gets tough. A little too much equals never enough. My conscience is clean, but I'm calling my bluff. I'm through with love and drugs. Kisses or kicks, but I'm getting my fix with love and drugs, my comfort and joy when I'm lost in the void that I fill with love and drugs. They'll run you in circles, but both of them lead to detox or handcuffs, so maybe the key is learning to let go of things you don't need. So thank you, love and drugs. You can lie, you can cheat, you can rinse and repeat, you can sweep it under the rug. But a pretty safe bet is you're gonna regret what you'll do for love and drugs. You can keep your mouth shut, you can cover it up, playing dumb with the shoulder shrug. You'll deny and deceive because you never believed what you'll do for love and drugs. No, nothing compares to my toxic affair with love and drugs, addicted, obsessed, and emotional mess when I'm hooked on love and drugs. They're one and the same and they're two of a kind. I'm reaching new lows, always chasing a high. It's been a good run and one hell of a ride, and I blame love and drugs. I made some mistakes, always trying to escape with love and drugs, I'm doing my best and I'm making amends because of love and drugs. They've broken my heart and they've stolen my soul by sending my life spinning out of control. I'm giving them up cause they've taken their toll. Yeah, goodbye love and drugs. You can take a step back and get on the right track, hit the brakes down and kill your buzz. But you're messing around and you're gonna find out what you'll do for love and drugs. But when you're guilty as charged and you're put behind bars cause the hand fits into the glove. Yeah, the truth's gonna hurt, but you'll finally learn what you'll do for love and drugs. What you'll do for love and drugs. What you'll do for love and drugs. Thanks. This is called What a Time to Be Alive. It's the shape of things to come, it's that moment in the sun. It's the wild, reckless turning of the tide. Sure as every shout begins with a whisper in the wind, can't deny it's quite a time to be alive. It's the changing of the guard, it's the calm before the storm. At the crossroads when you're forced to draw the line. Give some love and take a stand, cause the future's in your hands, starting once upon a time to be alive. It's the sound of the alarm, it's the push against the grain. It's the single rebel candle that ignites a million flames. It's an ocean overflow and flood, and when the levee breaks, it's when you say, The sky's the limit when the ground is giving way. It's the riots in the streets, it's a war you wage for peace. It's the opposition's brazen battle cry. Through the widening divide where alliances collide, fighting blindly for a time to be alive. It's the blazing path you pave with each turning of a page. It's the moral of a story gone awry. It's the poetry of truth, it's a song that sings the blues, playing softly for a time to be alive. It's the tolling of the bell, it's an echo loud and clear. It's the shackles round your ankles, it's the flowers in your hair. It's a floor plan for destruction, it's a roadmap toward repair. It's what appears along a highway leading anywhere but here. It's the progress through the cracks in a ceiling made of glass. It's a finger on the button, say goodbye. It's the anger in the crowd when they burn the cities down in the ashes of a time to be alive. It's the point of no return, it's the lessons that you learn. It's the flags or gods or facts you stand behind. Bridge a gap or build a wall, some will rise and some will fall. Either way, oh what a time to be alive. With our weary heads held high as we face an uphill climb. Better keep on keeping on, cause a change is gonna come. Sing it loud, oh what a time to be alive. Thanks a lot. I got a couple more for you. And then Will's going to come out and play, and that's going to be rad. Cool. Does anyone have any questions? Where'd you get this cool shirt? Do you curl your hair with an iron? Like, I mean, I'll answer anything.
How are you doing?
What's up?
How are you doing?
I hope I'm doing okay. I mean, I've been practicing a while.
Sounds all right to us.
Okay, I guess I got to keep this upbeat. What's up? Oh, well, I went to the Crossroads. No, I'm just playing. I actually was like, I was in a punk band, and that broke up because, you know.
Which one?
Oh, this band called Three Prong Outlet. No one knows. Yeah, no one knows who they are. But anyway, we broke up, and I started to play acoustic guitar because I had this like the most stereotypically stupid experience ever, and I was just like, I'm gonna like listen to Bob Dylan and smoke weed, which was like literally what happened. And I was like, whoa, I'm like, oh my God, like I wanna write like this. So anyway, I got an acoustic guitar, but I couldn't play like him. I was still playing punk rock. And that's how that happened. And I was like, I gotta make this more interesting. So I got a harmonica, and I literally, with my OCD, ADHD brain, walked around with the harmonica, just blowing into it for like hours in a circle around my parents' house until it started to sound somewhat like good. I hope it sounds decent, I don't know. So that's how I learned to shred, and you can shred too. If you smoke weed and listen to Bob Dylan. All right. So anyway, this is a song about how that all started to happen, actually. This is a song that I wrote when my first punk band broke up because I thought my music career was over. And it was. No, I'm just kidding. It's on life support, but we're doing okay. This is called The Ballad of DIY. It's ridiculous. Here's what modern day punk rock's done to me. I've grown up in front of a computer screen and know everything about every scene, and it's all the same if you know what I mean. I've seen a million faces and a few hundred fans. I've spent my early 20s in a beat-up van, but now I'm working on my punk rock retirement plan, 'cause the rhythm I wrote is coming to an end. I bought myself a guitar and I sold my soul, a bassist and a drummer and a common goal, set to conquer the world playing rock and roll. But the road gets old and it takes its toll, and when I wasn't looking, life went by too fast. I guess that nothing positive is meant to last, and now I'm reminiscing, missing over photographs of a time I had hope, but that's a time long past. That was a bit dramatic. So I'm giving out the flyers tours to promote my shows, while I follow the direction that my heroes go. From the Kurt Cobains to the Billy Joes, to the Kathleen Hannas and the Joey Ramones. I wrote a song or two about not growing up, about getting fucked up and not giving a fuck. But I'll always be your poser, cause my band is too pop, and it's just another drug that I can't seem to stop. Played with hardcore ska, straight edge grind and thrash, and screamo metal, indie, hipster, math rock crap. But I never cared much for any of that. I just did my thing and tried to stay on track. I kissed a lot of women when I went on tour, and sometimes I fumbled and sometimes I scored. But now they're tearing down my picture from their bedroom door, cause my music once ruled, but it ain't cool no more. Made a bargain with fate thinking I'd go far, because they always told me I would be a star. From the social halls to the empty bars, but I'm doing 9 to 5 cause I followed my heart. I've seen the highs and I've seen the lows, as the trends will come and the fads will go. But I'll never give it up because it's all that I know, and I'm sure you won't go, but see ya at the show. Thanks. So in the end, I guess I'll still be spinning wheels while the bands I grew up playing with get record deals. One time I played with Fall Out Boy in front of like 8 people, a long time ago. Pete went and spilled fucking whiskey all over my journal. And they were kind of dicks, but whatever, fuck Fall Out Boy. So I'll be rocking out like I don't give a fuck. I should go back to college and just give it up, but I was born ambitious, baby, ain't it just my luck? Thank you. I think I have time for one more song. So yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you. This is fucking so cool. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. Person in the middle back, I can't see, but thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna take this time to say please check out all my social media if you want to do that. I could go through all the Bandcamp, Spotify tunes, and all that stuff, and Instagrams, but just Google me or look. I'm everywhere. If you can't find me on Google, you might have more problems than I can help you with. So anyway, yeah, check that out. Give me 1 second here. This train is just going. I need to refuel with 1 parch of water. This song is a song. There's a lot going on in it. If you can handle 625 words. Someone actually counted it for this review in a magazine, and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, this is called When the Frayed Wind Blows. And oh, you know, right on. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for knowing it, peoples. Rock and roll. So yeah, there's actually like serious stuff I'm singing about in this. I'm assuming most people here probably are down with all that, so it's kind of like probably not going to enlighten anyone, but hopefully you dig it and tell some of your friends to like be better people in this world, because goddamn it, we need to do that. If it starts with an explosion, do you end it with a bang? First the whistles start to blow and then the guilty finally hang. There's a storm on the horizon and the water's on the rise. We're watching history repeating with the change in times. The figureheads keep talking, but they're buried in the sand. Everyone is pointing fingers, everybody plays their hand. The fixes in the game is rigged, the pawns are polarized. You either pick a side or think outside the picket lines. I wonder, is this a revolution or just mass confusion? When every voice is trying to scream the loudest for equality, while we argue strategy, culture, and philosophy. People die in city streets, all paid with blood and poverty. Powers with a chosen few. Desperation's just a tool that agents of corruption use to keep the jails and prisons full. Diamond pockets lined with profits earned from broken lives. Misled to pledge by one discrimination under God. I'm saying, stop the world, I wanna get off. Everything's on fire and it's falling apart. So if we can't turn back, can we change the course when the fury of the frayed wind blows? The preachers sell salvation to the faithful on their knees. Some prey upon our need and want for something to believe. And some have spun the doctrines, holy guides to paradise, to justify injustices and centuries of genocide. Surrender to your temples, to your altars or your shrines, the weapons used by shepherds so the sheep will keep in line. Conflicting congregations thinking only of themselves. If that's the path to heaven, hate to see the road to hell, I'll tell ya. They take a vision, make religion, cause division, keep you vacant and complacent and dependent on a system by creating ways to separate, utilizing class and race. Prejudice perpetuates and keeps monopolies in place. Trickle up or trickle down, stack or spread the wealth around. Someone's hope is running out, but a fortune fills a bank account. Empty promise politicians pander to the poor, while there's money used for funding phony wars on foreign shores. I'm saying, stop the world, I wanna get off, cause they're loading up the bullets and they're dropping the bombs. The propaganda beats to the narrative drums when the fury of the frayed wind blows. The criminals in Congress, they ain't got no ground to stand. They're building walls and borders all around the stolen land. A legacy of liberty, that's how the story goes. But conquerors rewrote the past to suit the status quo. So is it institutions or the state of humankind that leads to some exalted over thousands left behind? They'll push it to your limit, but in turn they'll push their luck. Cause sleeping giants riot when they finally woken up, because they're buying your silence with those shiny advertisements. They lie and cheat and steal and tax your habits so you'll finance what they hide away behind the scenes. Cover over underneath population exploitation, victimized by vanity. Faces in a magazine, pictures on a pixel screen. Set a lofty standard that disintegrates your self-esteem. Race to chase a plastic dream, red carpets and limousines. Blinded and distracted by the flashbulbs of celebrity. But just beyond the limelight, after fame has run its course, they'll throw you to the lions while a sold-out crowd will roar. I'm saying, stop the world, I wanna get off, cause there's bodies lying, breathless, bleeding, piling up. They shook the bottle, rage now is bound to erupt when the fury of the frayed wind blows. You can think yourself in circles, but the answer's never clear. Is there safety with surveillance? Is there freedom without fear? Unravel and untangle all you thought you understood, and question everything until you question why you should. We'll change the world with flowers, or we'll change the world with guns. We'll plant a seed or dig a grave before it's said and done. But if we come together, all for one and one for all, resistance rises up sure as an empire will fall. So I'll just push towards a future, may it crumble for the better, where tyrannical oppressors are but shadows will remember. No judgment based on color or your lover or your gender. Dismantle older models so they can't be reassembled. But the day the tables turn your way, watch out for a twist of fate. Careful not to stumble and become the very thing you hate. Seek out something comforting, search for something innocent, but you'll never have those eyes that look at life that way again. So you can take the high road, nothing venture, nothing gain, but you'll fight fire with fire when you're going down in flames. And saying, stop the world, I wanna get off, cause we're at each other's throats and now it's choking my heart. And we can burn the earth or extinguish the torch when the fury of the frayed wind blows. Oh yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all your applause and everything. And this is my last joint. This is called Call It Art. Thanks a lot. Well, here we go again, another day. I'll take out my guitar and start to play. I tell myself I'm gonna write a song, but everything I've written comes out wrong. The words that used to come so easily, back when everything was new to me. But lately I can't seem to find the time, and when I do, I barely find the rhymes. I threw a bunch of lyrics on the floor. I posted poetry up on the wall. I published pointless gibberish that I said came from my heart. I put it in a frame and called it art. An empty canvas withers all alone. A brush with greatness that may never come. It must be something broken in my brain, or 15 minutes sinking down the drain. I'll say creative passion is my life, but I'll succumb to any kind of vice. I may have finally numbed more than the pain, and made more than the voices go away. I splattered pastel colors on some glass. I made pretentious garbage out of trash. I drew a big postmodern purple circle in the dark. I charged a price and then I called it art. There's too many distractions in my mind. It's making inspiration hard to find. I'll try and place the blame on someone else, but I put all the pressure on myself. They tell me I'm an artist, here's the truth. I use the title more like an excuse, but then again, I guess I did create a fake who throws away more than he makes. I might die broken, lonely, and unknown. You'll finally recognize me when I'm gone. When everything I've worked for fades away and falls apart, I'll paint my masterpiece and call it art. I'll paint my masterpiece and call it art. I fucked it up and called it art. Thanks, everybody. Will Wood's up next. My name is Matt Pless. I appreciate you all so much. Find me online. Check out my merch. Thank you.